Well, there you go. I accidentally cut the last video off. That was bloody impressive, wasn't it? Another example of not knowing what I'm doing. Story of my life. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I cut myself off in the last video. Um, Work, not knowing what I'm doing. Timber frame building, potentially interesting, don't know what I'm doing. I took it as an interim job when I didn't have much of the other work, the woodland work going on. And then we moved. We bought a house using my wife's money. A house which I regret having bought. But I didn't want to buy it. I said no. My wife said, "Oh, please, please, please." I should have been firm and said no, but she did the please, 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 can we buy it? And it's her money. So here we are. Sorry, this is a bit boring for everyone, isn't it? Boring for me. Moved, new area, lovely part of the world, horrible location. Found a job working for a furniture company. Another shite company, but doing assembly, something I'd not done before, and at which I wasn't very good. Stuck it for a bit, was quite unhappy in several ways with it. Left, took a job with a timber frame building company, which, unlike the previous one, which was restoration and interesting builds, this was just a fucking factory with awful people, and I left as soon as I could. Did I do 6 months there? Historically, I don't stay in jobs long time. I never have. Anyway, after that, went back to the furniture company, and they eventually put me in charge of the traditional woodworking workshop. So there I was, running the workshop, managing people, doing something I know absolutely nothing about. Story of my life. I stuck it for 8 years. God, was it as long as that? And in that time, working with people became a bigger and bigger problem. And eventually I had to leave and ended up doing this. Working for myself with my wife. Doing what? What am I doing? I'm baking bread. Another job where I don't know what I'm doing. And we live in a house which is full of shit, but we're surrounded by work and there's no escape. Not a moment's escape from work. Wife spends all her spare time out doing music, and I just in this shitty house with the shitty neighbours. And do I need to think about getting a job outside? Yes, but that means working with people, which I can't do. And I have this friendship has developed with the person I've known for 10 years now. I spent the first 2 or 3 years hiding from her because she fucking terrified me. But it's now got to a point where there is perhaps too much closeness. Between us, and God, I'd like to think I could make that work, but I can't. So here we are, back to where I started the last video, which I cut off inopportunely. I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going. But I do know, and this is something which hasn't been a big part of my life until the last few years, I want to live. For much of the time, for many years, from the age of 13 to 60 something, I didn't really want to live. I thought, what am I doing here? And to be honest, what kept me going for most of that time was the knowledge that I could escape at some time. I could get away. Basically, end my life. That was the escape that kept me going. And now, for the first time in first time in 50 years, I don't want to die. I have some happiness in my life, something I look forward to. Even though the person who contributes a lot to making my happiness is moody and unreliable and subject to dramatic changes, it brings me joy. God, I don't know. I haven't said anything. I've rambled on. And I'm going to stop now because my significant other is coming home. I need to do mundane things, do some washing up and prepare myself for her reaction to the fact that I wasn't going to wait until 10 o'clock to eat. So I ate before she came home. And that would be a wrong thing to do. But I do need to do things that are right for me rather than what's going to be right for the other person all the time. Even though it brings nothing but disaster. Anyway, that's it. This is a proper stopping. I'll try and upload both, but I don't know when. And maybe with a note to say like part 1 cut off, part 2 carries on, and it's still not complete. So good night to whoever chooses to watch and listen to this, if there is anyone out there. And I do wish there was someone who could tell me what to do. Ultimately, it's up to me. I know what is the right thing, but it is probably the least palatable option. So I'm a very bad person because the right thing is the thing that I don't think I can do. Hey, it's all good. Ah.